In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a couple different functions on your site, including galleries and menu items. So I think I'll skip over some of the basic things. I believe you're working on your site, so you already know how to log in. So once you get logged in, I'm going to go through some of these items down here on the side, and I know you have other videos describing some of these other things. So I'm going to look at the media library right here. This is just where your pictures are located, and you can add new media through here, or whenever you need to add new media, that can be done wherever you're at on a page or adding items. But if you just need to see what items you have, what the dimensions of that picture is, what the caption is, that can be done in the media library. I want to briefly look at forms too, just to show you some of how forms work. If you want to view the entries for any of these forms, obviously they're set up to go to your email, but if you want to come view them in the back end, the entries button is right beneath there, and you can do that. And you can see the entries for each specific form, and then if you click on the form, you can see how it's set up here with these items. So these fields are created by adding fields from over here, and if you select any of these fields, it will show up at the bottom. And then what you can do is drag this field wherever you want it to go, and then if you click this arrow, you can change the field label to say whatever you would want it to say. You can duplicate a field with this button, and then you can delete a field through here. And so these are all created through a single field text item, and then you can see that it's a required field, and that's why it has that little red asterisk, meaning they have to fill out each of these fields in order to submit the form. And so those are just added through these buttons over here. So if you need to rearrange items or add new items, or if you want to create a new form, you can create a new form by going to Forms and clicking Add New, and then you would just select whatever items from that right-hand column and add them over to the left. And yeah, these are all pretty basic forms. And then if you look at notifications, you can see who's receiving the email. And it looks like whoever set up as your admin email, and also info@longfellowsgardens. So if you ever want to add an additional, you can duplicate this notification and then put a new email in the send to email field, and then the save button is down here, so you'd update the notification. And anytime you want to add a form within a page, that's done on the pages. Oops. I don't want to look at events yet. I want to look at pages. So we'll just move on to pages, and I'll show you how to add galleries. And if you want to add a form, that can be done through clicking Add Form, and then you select whichever form you want, and then deselect those items. And it'll put the short code there for you. Then if you want to add a gallery, you would go to Add Media, and then over here you'd say Create Gallery. And then you're going to select whatever photos you want to be in that gallery. And then say Create a New Gallery. And then you're going to do inside page galleries under the essential grid settings here. So inside page galleries, and then you can you can link them to their attachment page. You can do columns 3, and then you can change the size from thumbnail to medium, or whatever size you want that to be, and whatever column number you want. So I'll say insert gallery, and then I'm going to save a draft of this page, and then I'm going to preview and see, does this look how I want it to look? So there's my form. I didn't give the page a title, so there's no title. And then here's my gallery. And so then you can see that if I left the attachment so that when you click on it, you can see those pictures larger. And so if I made this a wider, I can make it 4-column gallery. So what I would do is edit it, and I can add to the gallery. I can come back in here and add more images. I can caption the ones that don't have captions, and I can drag them to rearrange them. I can delete them, and I can change the number of columns, and I can change the size. So let's save a draft, and then let's preview our page again and see what it looks like. So there you have it, and now it's 4 different columns there. So that's how you make and edit a gallery. And let's say we created this new page, so I want to publish it. Well, now I need to add this to a menu somehow. So menus are under appearance. So if I go to appearance, menus, you have a main menu, a social media menu, and a WooCommerce menu. So we're looking at the main menu, and that's what we want to update. And I just created new page, and it's right here under most recent. And I can, if I can't find the page I just created, I can do a search and type in the name of the page if I maybe created it longer ago. And then I click new page and click add to menu. Now it's going to show up at the bottom, and I can put it wherever I want. I can drag it. I can make it a sub menu item so that it doesn't create another menu item up here. Since we have a good amount, it would just show up down here. And then I would click save menu. So let me refresh this page, and then you can see under garden calendar, I've got my new page, which I just created. And if you want to, you can change the title of this to have a different label if you'd like. And obviously I'm going to remove this since we don't actually want it, and then I'll click save. And so if that's how you would add a menu item. If you have a custom link that you want to create a menu item, then you can also do that by copying and pasting the URL and giving it whatever link text you'd want. So whatever text you want to show up here, you'd type in link text, and then you can paste a link to any external website there. Click add to menu, and it'll show up over here. And again, you can drag it however you want, though I think you'll probably want to mainly add pages. So let's also, since we're looking at our site here, take a quick look at events. And events are made a lot like pages. So if you want to add a new event, it looks very similar to pages, only that you would give it a title, you would give it a start and end date. It's really intuitive. The event title also needs to go here. This will not be what shows up. This is what will show up on the site. Give it a description and an image, and then click publish right here when you're done. So that's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, and then it should just show up right there where you need it. Let's also take a quick look at homepage areas. These are the areas that create your homepage, as you could assume. And the first section on the homepage areas is just a slider, and that's going to have just short code in the slider section. So there's just going to be short code there. Nothing that you'll have to edit. That the slider is edited through Slider Revolution, but I don't know that you'll ever need to make any updates or changes to that. So like I said, just short code there. So nothing that you need to worry about. And then each section is going to be titled about what kind of it's going to look like. So under About Us, it's going to be this part, probably intro. Yeah, About Us. So this is where all your information is located, and you can update any of the information there that you'd like. And then if you make any changes, click Update. For the map section, there's just going to be a short code for the map there as well. This is just going to be an image. And for our plants, Yeah, this is just giving you we're using a grid with these buttons on it. So if you want to change out these buttons, let us know and we can help you with that. The rest of this is going to be, this is auto-populated from your most recent blog posts, and then this just has short code for your form. Under staff members, if you ever, are you using this? Yeah, so our staff page, under staff members, you can edit these by clicking on them. And again, this is a pretty intuitive form. You can edit their name, but down here is the name that will appear, their position title, and then all this information here, and adding a picture right through there. And click update to make any changes. And we have different categories for staff. Customer service staff is selected here. And if you want to add a new staff member, adding a new staff member through that button. And again, it's just the same function. And then you would just click publish once you have all that information. And then these are reordered through the reorder button here. And your new person will show up at the top maybe, and you just drag these to get them in the right place. Also, if you ever need to change your password, that's done through users, or if you need to add a new user, that can be done by add new. And you just need to give them you need to have an email that can be linked to that account, and you can change the password by clicking generate password there. So if I add a new user, if you want to create a new admin profile, you put their email or whatever username you want, and then there is an email is required, and then make sure you copy and paste the password and set them as administrator and click add new user. Again, you'll just want to be careful who you give administrative access to your site to keep it safe. And a lot of these other things are not really in use. So, or they're in use, but there's nothing to edit there. They are edited within pages or something like that. So that should help you out with, especially with galleries and menus. But if you run into more questions, you can let us know.